Hello, guys and gals, and this is a book review for the Sixth Wing of Fire book, Moon Rising. And the entire book is told, well, minus the prologue and epilogue, the entire book is told from the perspective of Moonwatcher. Called Moonwatcher because, unlike the other Nightwings in the Nightwing tribe, Moonwatcher was born in the rainforest. Surprisingly, her mother was able to smuggle her egg into the rainforest because basically all the Nightwings were living, on the Nightwing volcano that was it. The smoke would always blot out the sun, the moon, and the stars, and basically that's how the Nightwings got their power, was from the moon. And without any moonlight to actually power up the eggs, no one was actually getting Nightwing powers. Now, if I remember right, if an egg hatched with one full moon in the sky, there are 3 moons in this particular place. If the egg hatched under one full moon, then they got, I think it was the gift of mind reading. And if it was under 2 full moons, then they got the gift of prophecy. And if they were born under 3 full moons, then the rumor was that it would give them the gift of animus magic. But that's been proved otherwise, because it's been found that animus magic is hereditary. But anyways, very few Nightwings were actually born underneath 3 full moons. One of them being Darkstalker, I believe. But anyways, that's beside the point. I think born under 3 full moons would just basically increase the power of the mind reading and the prophecy. But anyways, let's get on into this book. That was just a little bit of background. So anyway, Moonwatcher's mother would come visit her because there is this portal between the Nightwing Island and the rainforest that an animus dragon created, a waypoint type thing. But anyways, this takes place a little bit after the first arc. And the Dragonettes of Destiny, they formed a school, and they wanted all of the tribes, the 7 tribes around the continent, to send their Dragonettes to the school, to promote peace. Because if you know more about the other dragon tribes, and it's less likely to cause war, But there is still bad blood between some of the tribes, like the Ice Wings and the Night Wings. They still don't get along. And we find out a lot about that from the book called Darkstalker. That's basically about Darkstalker. But anyways, so the Dragonettes of Destiny created the school called the Jade Mountain Academy. And they're winglets all around. A winglet is like half a wing of dragons, and I guess that means that a wing of dragons is 14, I would say, because each of these winglets is 7, because there are 7 tribes on the continent. And let's see if I can remember them all. There's the Sky Wings, the Mud Wings, Sea Wings, Night Wings, Rain Wings, Sand Wings, and Ice Wings. Now, the winglet that Moonwatcher is assigned to is the Jade Winglet, I want to say. I can't really honestly remember, but I think it was the Jade Winglet. And that included Turtle from the Sea Wings, Carnelian from the Sky Wings, Umber from the Mud Wings, Moon from the Night Wings, Moonwatcher, but she goes by the name Moon, Kinkajou from the Rain Wings, and Quibbly from the Sand Wings, and Winter from the Ice Wings. They basically have all their classes together, and it's so they can make friends. Now, being born under 2 full moons, Moonwatcher is one of the first Nightwings to actually have special Nightwing powers, that being powerful mind reading abilities and also prophecy. So yeah, there's that. Plus, she kind of has precognition. She can foresee bad things happening. So while this all seems, it all seems innocent, there's always something going on beneath the surface, it seems like. Especially because of what Moonwatcher sees in her visions, or reads, with her mind. And she can't really help what she hears. So it's not like she forces herself into the other dragons' minds. She doesn't really have any control over it. But when she makes it to Jade Mountain Academy, she hears a voice. And whether this voice is friend or foe, you don't really know. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it sounded kind of cool. And this voice gives her advice and stuff, and seems to know what he's talking about. So yeah, whether he's trustworthy or not remains to be seen. It's always nice. It's always good to be skeptical. So yeah, there's a lot of weird coincidences and things, and so yeah. Also, things might not quite be as it seems at the school. Possibly an old enemy might actually return or something, and there's all kinds of prophecy, and you know how prophecy goes. Considering the first prophecy was basically wasn't really a prophecy, I guess, because it was like made up or something, but it still kind of came to pass. So this was like an actual prophecy. But anyways, yeah. This also is the first time in the Wings of Fire books that you come across a character that is, well, we'll say LGBTQ in nature. Technically, it's the second, because in the first arc we did meet Jambu. Let's see, Glory's brother, who we find out. Well, we don't actually find that out till way later that Jambu is gay. But we do find out that and it had been confirmed by the actual artist, that the actual author, that Umber is technically the first. Well, we could split hairs, but let's see. I can't tell you all the characters in the Wings of Fire series that are gay, because it would be spoilers. You don't really find out about one of them until arc 3, and this is only arc 2. But the whole Jambu thing is not really a spoiler in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, and he isn't the first either, because in let's see, there's a book out there. It's called it's like the Guide to the Dragons of the Wings of Fire or something like that. It talks about Copperhead, and Copperhead is a Mudwing. And Copperhead basically fell in love with Rainwing and ran away, is all that we really know about that. And that happened, a long time ago. Long before the current queen, who's in power, was in power. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Because there's a story. This goes over the stories of different dragon tribes, and it does mention that this happened. Now, it also seems like, oddly enough, other tribes seem to fall in love with Rainwings, which makes perfect sense, because Rainwings basically wear their hearts on their sleeves. I mean, their their scales change colors based on their emotions. And so yeah, plus they're really good at camouflage, and they have those tranquilizer dart things. But anyways, the very first would be Copperhead, the Mudwing that I know of, who ran off with another male Rainwing. So second would be Jambu, and third would probably be Umber, that we know of for sure. Anyways, something happens at the school, and not always good things, I would say. It's kind of a confusing time at the school. Um, Basically, there is also Quibbly and Winter, and they share a cave. They're roommates basically, and that's basically the way that it is. I believe there were 3 dragons total that room with Moonwatcher. Let's see, it was Carnelian, Kinkajou, I think. It's been a while since I've read the book, and Moon. So there were 3 in that cave, but I think there were only 2 in Quibbly and Winter's cave. I guess it was a smaller cave. Now, some fans have shipped them as a couple. The book kind of doesn't ship them as a couple. They do make a cute couple, though. Quibbly is one of my favorite dragons. But yeah, they have this dynamic where Quibbly is like super jokey, and he basically deals with situations with humor, and Winter is kind of, he's like Vegeta. If you know anything about Dragon Ball, he's basically written exactly like Vegeta. And I'm going to get into that in the next book because it's from Winter's perspective, and it's basically written just like a Dragon Ball episode in the way that Winter is written. He's written just like Vegeta. But yeah, they just handle situations differently. But yeah. So, yeah. Oops. But yeah. So yeah, I can't really go into any specifics about the book because this is a no spoiler thing, but a lot of really interesting things happen in this book. And there's a lot of really interesting characters besides well, the ones that are part of the Jade Winglet, because this arc is basically based around the Jade Winglet to a certain extent, because there is one that does deal with a dragon that comes along later, and but then otherwise it's about the Jade Winglet, and it's really a very well written arc, I will say. As a whole, the arc is really well written, and adds a lot of lore. But yeah, anyways, yeah, this was a wonderful story, and one that I would highly recommend you check out. I'm sure your local library will have it. Some libraries have like multiple copies, and this is also in graphic novel form. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to read all the words, this is one that's actually in graphic novel form. I don't think that the 8th book is in graphic novel form yet. I know they eventually want all 15 books to be in graphic novel format, but oh, that's funny. Okay, I just remembered a scene from the graphic novel that people point out. But yeah, sorry. It's just kind of funny. What happens isn't funny, but it's kind of funny. And just the context of this particular scene is just kind of funny. And I've seen YouTube videos of people saying, kind of extreme things that happen in this graphic novel precisely. And one of them is the silliest thing. because there's this lizard, and it's just sitting on this rock, and Moon Watcher is there, and then so she sees it, and she just breaks its neck and then hands it to, I think it's Quibbly, who likes to eat lizards or something, and she's like, just here, and she it's just kind of, it's just poor lizard, but yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that was neither here nor there. But yeah. Again, this is no spoiler, so yeah. I hope you'll check this book out yourself. But yeah. So yeah, there is a graphic novel version of this and the next book, which is called Winter Turning, I believe. But as for book 8, there's no graphic novel for that one yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably in the works. That would leave 9 and 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And it takes a while to make these graphic novels, I guess. But anyways, eventually I'm pretty sure that all 15 will probably have a graphic novel. But currently, it's limited to the first 7 books. But if it gets people interested in reading, then I'm all for it. And I like graphic novels, don't get me wrong. I think that the graphic novels are amazing and very well written, because I have actually read the books and read the graphic novels, so I feel that they are very well adapted. The content is, but yeah, this is another really interesting thing, because they added Kinkajou, and I think it was in book 4. Wait, book 3. I mentioned that Kinkajou, or one of the characters, would play a bigger part in the second arc, and it's true. Kinkajou is part of the Jade Winglet, and Kinkajou did play a big role in the third book, because then it went 4, then 5. Okay, I always have to remember that it goes Clay, then Tsunami, then Glory, then Starflight, then Sunny, in terms of the first 5 books. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, very well written. I really enjoyed this arc as a whole. Oops, sorry about that. I really enjoyed this arc as a whole, and so yeah. Wait. Okay, are you gonna work or not? Okay, well, I don't know why it's messing up, but okay. Oh, because I have to do that. So anyways, hope that they don't mind that I took their picture. Again, I make no money off these videos, so it shouldn't matter. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. Again, this is a no spoilers review of the book. If you want the spoilers version of this book, you'll have to wait until the video after book 10, because after book 10 I will basically review all the books and all the spoilers that I can remember, and we'll go, and then we go from there. And then after that, it's the third arc, which is really interesting. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way, or if you want to join the Discord server, all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved, and have a great day.